Yo. It's your boy Kha.Reality. I'm back with another one. Today we gonna get straight into it, you heard? We talking about RO MURDA. Yeah. Tekashi 6ix9ine, Code D. Y'all already know RO MURDA. He was, everybody don't know what really happened when he got poked up. So we gonna tell the story about when a non-Trey Bloods member was stabbed 9 times at MDC. And everybody think it was over him denouncing his game. But what it really was over was the poker table. Yeah, in the feds, it's a lot of dudes with money. So the poker table, that's a form of income. And the gangs control the poker table, you heard? When it comes to TVs, phones, poker tables, sports tickets, whatever. Dudes got the store with their commissary, 1 for 2, 2 for 3. But RO MURDA ain't never get poked up by no homies, you heard? He got poked up by 13 dudes, you heard? Yeah, what China Brim said that day was fake, right? Dudes be scared of them 13 dudes because they really push that metal. Like, they already there for mad long, you heard? So they was splitting the poker. They was splitting it up. RO MURDA had days where he got the house. When you the house, you could tax 10% off of every hand. So if it's a hand and it's $1,000 in the hand, you get $100 off of that for nothing just because you a gang member. So this is how dudes is feeding their family. Some dudes live better in prison than they do in the town. And RO MURDA was trying to oppress the 13 dudes over the table.
RO MURDA Martin has now been sentenced to 66 months in federal prison with credit for 10 months already served. The judge actually reportedly even was going to give him 2 extra years on top of that. But because RO MURDA got stabbed in MDC in Brooklyn, reportedly, the judge gave him a pass. What they're saying is that he was stabbed for denouncing his gang membership or renouncing his gang membership and denouncing 9 Trey. I'm going to show you what Inner City Press put up on Twitter. He said, Roland Martin speaks. He apologized to the court, his family and community, says he renounced 9 Trey in May and got stabbed 9 times. He is having nightmares. He wanted to leave Brooklyn and later work with his kids, he says, and see his daughter. Roland Martin's lawyer is arguing he shouldn't stay in jail because he is at risk there, having renounced gang membership. He says that RO MURDA's sentencing submission has 16 letters of support. So, again, he ended up getting 66 months.
Yeah, as you can see right here, my son Top Dollar, go subscribe to Hook Talk 007. He was there in the building. You a gang member, he was somebody. I asked him, it was over poker, right? He like, facts. I'm like, nigga saying this because he denounced blood. He like, hell no. You feel me? But I already knew that. I just had to solidify it, you heard? You could ask anybody that been at MDC at that time, anybody that's gang members, bro. Like, dudes denounce, they say they denounce stuff, but they don't really be denouncing it, you heard? Look at the violence that go on there. Look, this is a different incident. July 17th, earlier altercation between victim and Santiago. Aziz and Bazemore cornered the victim again and next to a table and repeatedly struck, kicked, including after he fell to the ground. Like, another incident, Luis Rivera's. Prior to the attack, the victim was sitting peacefully, relaxing his thing. They approached him with a makeshift weapon from his waistbands and poked him up with it. 2 other MS-13 came. That's how they move, bro. How they move is like, yo, bro, when they move, they all move. So that's why dudes, the homies don't be trying to go at them like that because the homies they don't really, a lot of people, they don't be ready to, like, lose their life. These dudes is ready to be unalive something, bro. That's why dudes don't get into it with them because it's like, if you're not ready to, take it all the way there, don't do it. Don't even get involved because what will happen, and I also heard it was homies there. This is a little background about RO. You know how he would negotiate settlements over drug debts. So this is like what he do. He jail dudes, they manipulate situations. And when they got numbers, we got numbers. It's a poker table here. We gonna split it up on these days. He was housing them. And they got tired of that. They took that disrespect. But it ain't nothing like, I ain't trying to talk down on the homies or nothing, but it was dudes that was there when he got poked up. So this is not no made up story. This ain't no content. This is real truth. Like, look, he's running around being chased. a striking feature. The judge had to tell him, I'm so sorry. The prison system was not able to protect you from retribution. You know, he suffered 2 collapsed lungs, a lacerated liver, and nearly unalived en route to NYU hospital because there was no oxygen inside of the ambulance. You feel me? This is what really goes on. Like, this is what really goes on. So that's why I wanted to tell people, like, dudes be using that. Yo, I denounced the gang. And they use, like, if they got, like, touched in there and they say, yo, they denounced the gang, that's why it happened. Because it's like, you might as well try to get a downward departure, try to get time reducted. But in no actuality, this is what really happened, you heard. MDC Brooklyn, that's one of the harsh realities of being in that spot, you heard. Like, it go down, and dudes is pushing that metal for real. Like, you could ask anybody that was in the feds. You could ask anybody, you heard. Like I said, you know, me and my boy Top Dollar, we talking. I'm like, yo, boy, like, da-da-da-da. Yeah, he like, yeah, bro, of course. Like, anybody you ask, they'll tell you about that, you heard. So, you know, I just had to drip y'all down because I ain't seen nothing on the internet. Everything I see on the internet is about him denouncing it. So that's why that happened. Same thing with the Cass situation. But when you got dudes like this, just like with the Tory Lanez situation, dudes like this, you know, they got life. They don't care. They ready to take it all the way there. So, like, you more so looking into the message. Don't look into the messenger. Look at the message, because at the end of the day, this shows you, do never let your emotions supersede your intelligence. Don't never let your emotions supersede your intelligence, because you know they going to take it all the way there. And if you ain't trying to take it all the way there, you might as well leave that situation alone. It's an unfortunate situation. You feel me? But that's what really happened. Ro tried to, you know, house the dudes. And them dudes is not with that, bro. You ask anybody in the feds, like, the state be different. They outnumber dudes, all that. In the feds, them dudes push that metal, man. They do not play, you heard? They do not play. So I just wanted to tap in with y'all, let y'all know, you know, real facts about situations. Y'all know we on, you know how we do, 050 The Movement, Kha.realityTV. We come with the straight facts, you heard? And ain't nobody can sit here and say there's something different. But a lot of people was trying to say it's because he had CEO Chris around him. It's because he denounced the gang. Nah, it wasn't none of that. MDC, jail politics coming to flow. And that's what happened. Them dudes did bro filthy. Like, they paralyzed the YG member there. Like, they get crazy in there, bro. You feel me? So, you know, feds, different politics. You go inside the spot and you wouldn't even know that you got to fall in line. You got to sit there. You think you a boss. Nah, it's somebody else controlling this, and you got to start all over. It's like just becoming a gangster all over again. So this is stuff that we can learn from this stuff to show y'all that it's not worth it. Separate yourself and don't even be in there. Look, he talking about he lucky to be alive. He in the courtroom saying that's because he denounced the gang. He doing this. This the big homie, you heard. But this is the reality of the situation. We seen it with Casanova. We see it with RO MURDA. We seen it with countless members of these gangs, you heard. They get in there, they get touched, and they say it's because this happened. When in all actuality, he got poked up because of a poker table. All he had to do was say, yo, look, like, be fair with the situation, because it's money all over the feds. When you got that paper deuce, you know what I mean? That spice. And you got the poker, you got the gambling, whatever your hustle is. But his hustle was manipulating that table, you heard? And that's what I want to let y'all know. Again, put it in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. You know, I appreciate everybody that tapped into the video. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit your bell notifications. Add me on Instagram, Kha.realityTV. Salute.